6 months later, he launched his own online business. His income doubled, then tripled. It was not magic. It was a decision to value himself enough to grow, enough to become worthy of wealth. The second way is to leverage the power of assets that work for you, not just your time. Most people trade hours for money, thinking that hard work alone is enough. But true wealth comes when you allow your money, your knowledge, and your creativity to work while you sleep. Real estate, stocks, royalties, businesses, intellectual property, these are tools to break free from the treadmill of survival. I recall a story of a single mother who, despite working 2 jobs, felt she could never get ahead. She started small, buying a single rental property with careful research, learning from mistakes, and reinvesting every penny. Years later, she owned a portfolio of properties that generated enough passive income for her to focus on her passion, to live life on her terms, and to inspire her children to dream bigger than they ever imagined. The third way to make money is through creating something of value for others. When you focus solely on what you want, the universe gives you nothing. But when you focus on solving problems, helping people, and adding real value, money follows as a natural consequence. Think about the greatest entrepreneurs in history. They didn't chase money, they chased impact. A friend of mine once turned his love for cooking into a small catering business. He didn't start with the idea of earning thousands. He started by delighting a single client with exceptional service. That one act of value snowballed into a business that not only supported him financially, but enriched his community, built relationships, and gave him a sense of purpose money alone could never buy. And the fourth way, which ties closely to the third, is harnessing the power of multiple income streams. Relying on one source of income is a risk, a limitation we cannot afford in today's world. Whether it's combining a main career with freelance work, investments, online ventures, or even side businesses, diversifying is not just smart, it's essential. I've seen people who are excellent at their jobs yet live paycheck to paycheck, always anxious about layoffs, market changes, or economic downturns. Those who embraced multiple streams of income became resilient, empowered, and unstoppable. Their confidence didn't come from luck, it came from having options, from knowing that they were not dependent on a single path, but on their ability to create value in many ways. These first 4 ways are about planting the seeds, building the foundation, and shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. But there are still 2 more ways, perhaps the most overlooked yet most powerful, ways that can unlock exponential growth in your wealth and your life. They demand courage, clarity, and consistency. They demand that you step into the unknown, that you embrace risk with wisdom, and that you cultivate faith in yourself and the possibilities around you. The 5th way to make money is to master the art of leverage, leveraging other people, resources, and opportunities. Let me be clear, this isn't about taking advantage of others. It's about collaboration, about creating synergies where everyone grows together. Look around you. The most successful people in the world rarely do everything alone. They build teams, they delegate, they find mentors, they partner with like-minded individuals who bring skills and insights they don't yet have. I remember a young entrepreneur who wanted to start a tech company. He had the vision, but not the coding skills. Instead of giving up, he sought out a partner, someone whose strengths complemented his weaknesses. Together, they built a product that neither could have created alone. That company grew faster than either could have imagined, and the wealth they created wasn't just financial, it was a product of combined genius, trust, and aligned effort. Leverage amplifies your results. Exponentially, it turns small ideas into movements and modest efforts into monumental outcomes. The 6th way, perhaps the most transformative of all, is to harness the power of mindset and belief. This is the invisible force that determines whether every other strategy will succeed. Money doesn't just follow action, it follows belief, courage, and persistence. If you carry doubt, fear, or a mindset of scarcity, you will unconsciously sabot every opportunity, every investment, every business venture. But when you cultivate a mindset of abundance, resilience, and unshakable faith in your ability to create wealth, doors open that you didn't even know existed. There's a story I often share about a man who dreamed of starting his own company. He faced rejection after rejection, failure after failure. People told him it was impossible, that he was wasting his time. Yet he refused to let those voices define him. He continued to believe in his vision, to refine his skills, and to take persistent, consistent action. Eventually, he launched a business that not only succeeded but became a global brand. The lesson here is simple yet profound. The greatest obstacle between you and wealth is not the economy, not your background, not your education. It's the story you tell yourself about what's possible. Change that story and you change your life. These 6 ways: investing in yourself, building assets, creating value, developing multiple income streams, leveraging others, and cultivating an unshakable mindset, form a roadmap to financial freedom. But understanding them intellectually is not enough. They must be felt, internalized, and lived. You must see yourself stepping into abundance, acting as if your future has already arrived, and making decisions today that align with the life you desire tomorrow. Imagine for a moment, if you embraced even 3 of these 6 ways with full commitment, how would your life look? In 1 year, 2 years, 5 years? Would you still be wondering if it's possible, or would you be living proof that it is? The truth is, your future is not defined by what has happened, but by the actions you take starting right now. Every step, every choice, every act of courage compounds over time, building momentum, shaping your reality, and attracting opportunities that once seemed impossible. And this is where most people stumble. They understand the strategies but fail to implement consistently. They are ready to start, but when the first challenge comes, they quit. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is persistence, focus, and the ability to take imperfect action daily, without waiting for perfect conditions. The universe rewards action, commitment, and resilience. Now, let's take a deeper look at what it truly means to put these 6 ways into motion, to move from theory into life-changing results. Because here's the truth: knowing how to make money is one thing, but living it, embodying it, and transforming your daily habits to align with wealth is where most people fail. It all begins with clarity. You cannot reach a destination you cannot see. If you do not know exactly what kind of life you want, how much money you desire, or what impact you wish to create, the path will always feel uncertain, overwhelming, and full of obstacles. I want you to picture your life 5 years from now, not vaguely, but in vivid living color. See yours. Elf, waking up in a home you love, doing work that excites you, having relationships that nurture you, and financial freedom that gives you the power to choose how you live each day. Hold that vision, because your mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. And this vision will begin to guide your actions, decisions, and ultimately your results. Once clarity is in place, action becomes your bridge. Action is not random, desperate flailing, but deliberate, consistent, and intelligent movement toward your vision. Take the example of someone who wants to create multiple streams of income. They might start by freelancing in their area of expertise, then invest in a small stock portfolio, then launch an online course based on their knowledge. Each action builds upon the last, creating momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. Once it begins, it attracts opportunities, partnerships, and insights that you could never plan for in advance. Action compounds just like money compounds, and it is your most faithful ally if you commit to it fully. But action alone is not enough. You must also cultivate resilience. The road to wealth is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments when doubt whispers louder than hope. I remember a woman who started a small business with nothing but determination. Her first year was filled with mistakes. Products failed, clients walked away, and every day felt like a battle. Yet she persisted. She learned every misstep, adjusted, and kept moving forward. By the second year, her business began to thrive. By the third, she had expanded internationally. Her secret? Not luck, not timing, but resilience. The refusal to let temporary defeat define her journey. And here's something many people overlook. Money is deeply tied to your identity. To make more money, you must first see yourself as someone worthy of abundance. If deep down you believe wealth is for other people, but not for you, no strategy, no investment, no action plan will ever fully work. Your subconscious will always sabotage conscious effort. That's why John Assaraf often talks about rewiring your mind, aligning your beliefs with your goals, and stepping into the version of yourself that already embodies success. Imagine the person you would become if financial fear, doubt, and scarcity were no longer part of your story. That version of you is waiting, but only you can step into it. Now let's connect all of this to the 6 ways. Investing in yourself builds confidence and skill. Assets and multiple income streams create security and freedom. Creating value builds reputation and trust. Leveraging others multiplies your impact. And a powerful, unshakable mindset allows you to persist through any obstacle. But none of this works unless you integrate it into your daily life. your routines, habits, and choices. Wealth is not an event, it's a lifestyle, a reflection of who you are and who you are becoming. Here's a question I want you to sit with. If you were willing to embrace every principle we've discussed, if you committed fully to taking action every single day, who could you become in 1 year, 2 years? Could you change the trajectory of your life so profoundly that the thought of going back to normal life would feel unbearable? That is the power of these 6 ways when applied with clarity, action, resilience, and belief. Now we arrive at the part where theory meets real. Where your dreams collide with the life you are capable of creating, because understanding how to make money is only half the battle. The real transformation comes when you step fully into action, align your habits with your vision, and refuse to settle for anything less than the life you are meant to live. Let's revisit the first way, investing in yourself. This is not a one-time course, a single seminar, or a fleeting motivation. It's a lifelong commitment to growth, to curiosity, and to mastering skills that elevate your value in the world. I once met a man who started reading 30 minutes every day, books on business, psychology, and personal development. Within a year, his thinking shifted so dramatically that he was promoted, started side ventures, and built relationships with people he had only dreamed of meeting. Small, consistent investments in yourself compound into exponential results over time. When it comes to assets and multiple income streams, it's about thinking beyond the immediate paycheck. Picture your money as a tiny army. Each dollar, each investment, each effort can work for you if deployed wisely. I knew a young couple who started with a single rental property and a side freelance business. They reinvested every profit strategically, learning from each mistake, celebrating every small win. 5 years later, they weren't just financially comfortable. They were financially free. Their story wasn't about luck. It was about patience, strategy, and unwavering faith in the process. Creating value for others is where purpose and profit converge. The more you solve problems, the more lives you improve, the more doors open for abundance. I remember a man who loved teaching but had no idea how to monetize it. He started offering small workshops to his community, focusing purely on helping others succeed. Word spread, his reputation grew, and soon he had a thriving business that brought him financial security and deep fulfillment. When you give value first, money follows naturally, not as a goal, but as a byproduct of impact. Leverage, the 5th way, reminds us that no one builds greatness alone. Seek mentors, partners, and collaborators. Surround yourself with people who elevate you, challenge you, and inspire you to grow faster than you could on your own. Wealth, in its most abundant form, is not just personal, it's shared, amplified, and multiplied through connection. I know of a startup founder who doubled her growth simply by bringing on the right partner at the right time, someone whose skills complemented hers perfectly. The lesson is clear. Leverage isn't just optional, it's a multiplier of both results and learning. And finally, mindset, the invisible force behind everything. Your beliefs shape your reality. Fear, doubt, and scarcity destroy potential. Faith, courage, and abundance create it. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle is not circumstance, it is mindset. Every setback, every failure is filtered blanche. Every failure is filtered through your mind first. See opportunity where others see obstacles. Believe in possibilities where others see limits. Persist where others quit. That is the power that unlocks not just wealth, but a life of freedom, purpose, and joy. Remember, these 6 ways are interconnected. Each one strengthens the other. Invest in yourself, build assets, create value, diversify income, leverage others, and cultivate an unshakable mindset. This is not a short-term plan. It is a blueprint for lasting transformation. And here's the key. Action without fear, persistence without pauses, and belief without compromise. Your journey may be challenging, but it will also be extraordinary. I want you to see this not just as a strategy to make money, but as a path to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Imagine the doors that will open, the freedom you will feel, and the legacy you will create. Wealth is not just numbers in a bank account. It is the reflection of your growth, your courage, your ability to serve, and your willingness to step into the unknown with faith. Respected dreamers, the truth is this: the power to create wealth, freedom, and an extraordinary life has always been inside you. The 6 ways we've explored are not secrets reserved for a chosen few. They are principles, tools, and pathways that anyone can use if they choose to act, to believe, and to persist. Investing in yourself, building assets, creating value, developing multiple income streams, leveraging others, and cultivating an unshakable mindset. These are not just strategies to make money. They are strategies to transform your life, to step into the version of yourself that is bold, capable, and unstoppable. I want you to feel this deeply. Wealth is not outside of you. It is a reflection of the person you are becoming. Every small action you take, every choice to learn, every risk you embrace, every connection you nurture, every thought you choose to believe about yourself, it compounds, it builds momentum, it creates a ripple effect that touches every part of your life. Your dreams are not distant or impossible. They are waiting for you to decide right now that you are ready. So, I challenge you today, take one step toward these 6 ways. Invest in yourself in some small but meaningful way. Take action on a skill, a side hustle, or an idea. Reach out, collaborate, and leverage opportunities around you. Shift your mindset to abundance, to faith, to courage. Watch as momentum begins to grow, as doors open, as possibilities expand, and as the life you've always imagined starts to unfold before your eyes. Respected dreamers, the road will not always be easy. There will be doubts, setbacks, and moments of fear. But if you persist, if you act with clarity, courage, and unwavering belief, you will not just make money, you will transform yourself. You will create a life that inspires others, that leaves a legacy, and that reflects the limitless potential that was inside you all along. The question is not whether you can make money. The question is whether you are ready to become the person who deserves it, the person who can create it, and the person who will live a life of freedom, purpose, and fulfillment. Today, decide that you are ready. Step into your power, take action, and watch as the world responds to the unstoppable force of your determination, your belief, and your heart. Your time is now. Your journey is calling. Your life is waiting, and it is far greater than you ever imagined.